We are all very naive about what happens in politics in this country. And I think to myself, I read the paper every day and, I watch Jon Stewart and CNN, the two greatest news sources in this country. And I like to think that I have an idea of what's going on. But when you do the research and when you work on a play like this, you realize how much you don't know that happens behind the curtain.
I am working for a winner. Wrong. These numbers are just the tip of the iceberg.
They're talking about what the Oppo guys are doing and what the research is getting them on the other candidate and what the impressions are.
It's so fast-paced, and it's just, the momentum is constantly pushing forward. I mean, the action only takes place really within 24 hours.
No, yeah, I remember. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me to let the story out. What story?
What people know and what they don't know, it changes. I think that this story is a classic kind of tragedy in that there's a character with a tragic flaw, and the tragic flaw destroys him.
When I started working on plays, I would go to the theater, and instead of just being able to enjoy myself as an audience member, I'd start thinking, oh, I wonder how they achieved that effect, or I wonder, when they learned in the process that that's what they were going to do. And now I watch these things, and I see the speech writers behind the thing. I see the passive-aggressive jabs that a candidate is making at another candidate. The play has really educated me about the political process.
Michael, he's been great, asking me questions like, well, why are you saying that? Just very simple questions that I should have asked myself that I didn't, and they're very easy answers. And it's just paying attention to the little things.
While being with all the equity actors in this professional environment, you inherit a sort of professionalism. And just being with them, you become better at what you love.
I really like the scene where I go to the airport to break the news to Paul that I've met with Tom Duffy. I think that's a great scene.
Yes, of course, of course.
Because, if you're planning on keeping it secret.
No, not at all. That's why I'm telling you right now.
Everybody makes a mistake, and, he's trying to own up to it, and at the same time trying not to assume responsibility for it, and trying to make a plan to fix it.
I know that I've learned anything. I love the character, though. I just love the fact that he's such a straight shooter.
First campaign that I ran, tiny little race in Kentucky, state 7 seat, working for a redneck.
He's what I would hope that campaign managers were really like. That, they're working for people that they really feel inspired by.
Production has a multimedia element, and when I read the script, I thought this would be such a thrilling thing because it's, besides for politics, or in addition to politics, the play is really so much about how the media influences politics and manipulates politics and is manipulated by the politics. And so the fact that we're able to realize that in design feels really thrilling to me.
The great thing about this collaborative premiere that we're doing in September is that it's going to include the League of Women Voters here, registering students to vote.
I feel like if students see all that goes into it, they'll take more responsibility for who will be running this country.
This is my first chance and my first time that I will be allowed to vote in an election.
But I also hope even more than that it's a play that'll get people involved in local politics and, sort of make us realize how much is happening that we don't know about.
And following every Sunday matinee, we're going to have Q&As with speakers, political speakers, reporters, pundits, talking about the upcoming election. So students can come here, they can register to vote, and hopefully learn a little bit about what's going to happen in November.